Welcome to Inner Reformation. The peace of the Lord be with you. My name is Tessa. Let's spend some time together. Today, so I have my notes, by the way. Today I will read two writings for you. These writings are 7 years old, okay? They document the beginning of my journey toward becoming more honest, open, and brave, to become more faithful with using my voice. It's so windy, by the way. It's so windy. So this first writing was written on October 31st, 2019. So the first writing that I'm going to read for you, I've titled it 3x5 Pool. Again, it's a really windy day, so I hope you're able to hear me just fine. I'm going to go ahead and start with the first writing, and I'm going to read off of my phone, okay? I was once told, getting to know you is like diving into a 3x5 pool. I laughed when I read it, and yet it hurt. It was sadly true. Getting to know me was hard. The wind is just so loud. I hope you can hear me. I have no idea. I hope this works, dear Lord, please. The man continued, getting to know you is like diving into a 3x5 pool, and I want to dive into an ocean. He wasn't saying, Tessa, you're shallow, there's not much to you. He was highlighting, you won't let me dive deep. I kept his words with me because I knew that's not who I wanted to be. And yet for me to let people see me, well, that was a no-no. For them to know what was inside of me, no way. Or to externally see my vulnerabilities, heavens no. But as life would have it, by necessity, I've had to become more aquatic, oceanic, and yet hardly has the surface been scratched. The fact is, I hate telling you about me, and I will do almost anything to avoid it. I won't call you for over a year. I won't make plans with you. I will change the subject. I will avoid eye contact with you. I will ask more and more questions about you because I don't want to tell you. I don't want to talk about it. That's what I used to say. Someone that I once loved most, more than anything else in the world, even more than I loved God, he told me, Tessa, if you don't learn to talk about your problems, someday that's going to harm you. Fast forward a decade and a half, he was right. Severe depression, almost fatal. A health collapse, it felt fatal. And yet there I was, still alive, having to confess all I never wanted to confess. That's the end of the first writing. Oh my goodness. Again, this writing was also written basically at the same time as the former writing from 7 years ago. It was written on specifically November 1st, 2019. I'm going to tell you a story. It's so complex. You may wonder if it's real. I wonder if it's real all of the time. As a matter of fact, I don't believe the story. I don't trust that it's a good story. I think it's a bad story, a stupid story, a story that will have no good outcome. And yet, I guess I do have something mildly within that says otherwise. To be sure, I've always had something inside of me that aches, a yearning that never ceases, that very rarely allows me to rest. For years, I've cried, please, Lord. Yet the answer is always no. No. No, 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 no. That's the answer every time. No. Since I've been told no repeatedly for 20 years and counting, I cannot find any faith that there will ever be a yes this side of eternity. How could there be? It hasn't happened yet. The wait feels long, too long, and the journey insanely confusing. And at this point, things are at their worst. And that is not an exaggeration. But the funny thing is, the peculiar thing is, alongside my current voracious unbelief, or perhaps somewhere in the middle of it, very faintly glowing, is this continual, persistent nudge that says, Tessa, it's going to happen. Like a reality that's trying to penetrate my mind and heart. It's persistent. Tessa, the impossible is going to happen. But what if that inclination is bogus? Maybe that mild thing, within that's trying to counter the unbelief, maybe that mild thing within is a big fat lie. That whisper of promise, that hint of fulfillment. Perhaps it's simply nothing, or worse, an evil plot to get your hopes up, to tease you, to torment you, to make your earthly life miserable, like you're experiencing a smidgen of hell, or like a foreshadowing of your sure allotment in hell. God out to get you, slowly killing you, torturing you with all you ever wanted, keeping it just out of reach, like you're on a leash. You can only get so close to the thing you've prayed for, panted for, only to be yanked back. And so you're left questioning everything, at the point of compromising all you've ever believed. You're on the edge of doing something desperate, for you have never been answered in the affirmative, but only teased with visions of something you can't have. Nonetheless, it's there, dangling right in front of you, like you could almost reach out and hug it, but it's not for you. So, what do? That little thing within you that's trying to calm your fear. What is it? Which is it? A big fat lie? A sure promise? Or something in the middle? And when will you ever know? Will the answer always be no? Well, maybe I shouldn't say this, perhaps I shouldn't do this. The little flicker would probably say, don't. Don't say what you're about to write. But rebellious me will take a stab at it. That little flicker within is probably one big fat ass lie. And I've been the fool for 20 years and counting. It's nothing but a joke, a lie, a riddle, an illusion, an impossible situation that I cannot do. And so what did I do? I did the only thing I could. I left. I'm not sure that it's going to calm down anytime soon. So, we're going to pause right here. Okay, I'm going to try to move through this a little bit more quickly, just because I want to just move on and kind of begin to wrap up the video, even though we got a ways to go yet. But I want to basically just share, why am I reading these writings to you? Well, for a lot of reasons, but specifically at that time, I was really struggling to speak. I was very much struggling I didn't know how to tell. I didn't know how to use my voice. I didn't know if I should say what was inside. I didn't know if it was okay to do or not. And so I couldn't speak. I didn't know how to speak about these things that I wanted to tell and felt called to tell, very much called to tell, in my book, in my dance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I just didn't know how to do it. So basically in these writings that I just read to you, we witness a woman wrestling with whether or not she could voice what was within. The writings reveal someone standing at the threshold of telling their story. They mark the beginning of my journey towards speaking openly and honestly. I didn't expect to get teared up about that, but man, it was a long journey and a hard journey. And the journey's not over. But anyway, next week, we'll go into the next part of this 4-part series, okay? I'm really looking forward to that because it's just gonna be getting better and better. I think this series is gonna be amazing. Anyway, the wind thinks so too. Okay, I'm gonna close up the video. What I would like to say is, I want to say thank you for spending time with me today. It means so much. It's not raining today. That's nice. Especially, I just want to say, if you, and I'm going to still look at my notes because I wrote this all out. If you would like to continue spending time together each week, please subscribe. Like, that would be delightful. I would love for it to be together each week. If something in today's video resonated with you, I'd love to hear a comment from you. Like, leave a comment. And of course, liking this video helps so that others can find the video as well. Again, thank you for spending time with me today. Of course, I send you lots of love. I send you kisses, and I'll even give you a hug. I think I'll dance for you in the wind just a little bit. Yeah, let me dance for you in the wind just a little bit. Let's do this, okay?